Breaking news from the world of comic shite. Marvel in 2019 are set to publish what might be an actually good comic. In September, they are putting out this, an Avengers one-shot written by Roy Sternman, who had a really good and a really long run on the Avengers book in the 80s, and it is drawn by Ron Lee. That is Stan Lee's little brother. He is a fantastic artist. Unfortunately, this image here is the cover, which is by Twat Zurcher, who is a bellend. Let's go now the solicitation here, and then I'll talk a bit at the end about the comic. It's called Avengers Tom Hiddleston Unleashed. Roy Sternman, he is the writer. Ron Lee, that is Stanley Lee's little brother, he is the artist. We got that cover by Twat Zurcher, but fortunately we have got a variant cover by Ron Lee, so I'll have to try and get that one. The write-up says classic Avengers writer Roy Sternman returns to Earth's mightiest heroes for an all-new adventure set during his time on the series, and with Infinity War's Ron Lee providing the art. The siege of Avengers House is over, and the Avengers are battered and in disarray. It is the worst time of all for Tom Hiddleston to discover a new source of mystic energies, one that connects to another classic villain and that will have dire consequences for all of reality, unless those Avengers who remain standing are able to intercede. It is 40 pages long, it is a one-shot, it's rated T+, but who cares about that, and it is $4.99. Sadly, it is just a one-shot, and it is priced obscenely, but I suppose you've got to pay for actual quality. First thing that I want to address is the continuity aspect, because I'm a continuity nut, aren't I? I think honestly that would be my standout thing. Like, out of all the YouTubers, I think I know the continuity, Marvel at least, I know the most about it. But I completely ruined that unique selling point by pretending to be thick and deliberately getting stuff wrong. This story, it would nominally take place after Avengers 277. That was the final part of the one where the baddies party crashed at their house, and therefore the team featured in this one shot would likely be this one here. We've got Thor, we got Captain America, we've got Captain Marbles, the real one, Monica Rambeau. She was created by the writer Roy Sternman. We've got Darth Knight, the Wasps, who isn't on this cover for some reason, and then maybe Dr. Doom. He didn't actually join the team until the next few issues, at which point the Wasps left, but he might be there in this, he might be hanging out, or acknowledged at least. We might also have an appearance from Ant-Man, Paul Rudd from Halloween, The Curse of Mike Myers. He was part of that story, and obviously he has got a much bigger profile now. Maybe Roy Sternman will use this story as a little insert to explain why he kind of just disappeared without saying bye after issue 277. Depending how sloppy the continuity is, I didn't assume it will be though. Roy Sternman He wrote the original stories, and he was even an editor himself in the 70s. But we might also see, or maybe just mention, members like She-Hulks, hashtag make She-Hulks She hot again in the she pants. We might see Seaman, maybe even Captain Stingray, and I imagine we will get a mention of Hercules Man being in a coma. Anna, this is serious. In fact, we see most of them characters on the Twat Zercher cover, and they're all in the right costumes. He has got his beard, but it is his classic costume, which is a look that didn't last that long actually. He got golden armour pretty quickly after this. We got the Wasps there, we got Captain Marbles, the real one, Monica Rambeau, we got Captain America, and even Tom Hiddleston, he's in his correct costume for this time period. This is his Simon Walters costume. I'm really impressed that they managed that, but this is after years of being consistently disappointed by editorial at Marvel. We also have Iron Man in his Silver Centaur costume, and he wasn't a member of this team. He was actually on the West Coast team at this point, and I reckon he's only really here because Iron Man, he is insufferably at the forefront of everything nowadays. I think Sternman, he can craft a good reason behind it. The Avengers, they have just had their house destroyed, and well, Robert Downton Abbey Jr., he actually owns the house. And he is a founding member of the team. The team is in disarray, to quote the solicitation. So maybe he is just popping in for a catch-up. Maybe we will even have appearances from other members of the West Coast team. Or maybe you could tie Iron Man's appearance in here with Iron Man's random appearance alongside Captain America and Thor in this fantastic part from Daredevil 233. I do think there could potentially be some dicey continuity though. At this point, Tom Hiddleston, he was busy in Simon Walters 4. He was banging this beautiful woman. Didn't know where he would find the time to annoy the Avengers, cause I'd never leave the bed if I were him. And there is an elephant in the room, which is Darth Knight. Fantastic character. Roy Sternman wrote him really well. He should be in this book, but despite that, he's not on the cover we see. He really should be. He was a very prominent character at this time. The thing is, Avengers editor and Marvel's second in command, Tom Brevoort, hates this character and has admitted to purposely keeping him out of the books for 2 decades now. He usually only appears when it's in the background or it's a chance to disrespect or insult the character or just make him insane and evil. So it's possible he won't even appear in this. Maybe Iron Man, he is just there to act as a replacement, which would suck. The solicitation also mentions another villain with mystical energy, and I'm just going to put this out there. I reckon this is Black Man. He died in Avengers 277. Roy Sternman really explored his powers, and then several years later he showed up alive. So maybe Roy Sternman is going to try and smooth that hour. And finally, as much as I am looking forward to it, I don't find the Avengers fighting Tom Hiddleston to be exciting. It's kind of like the thing that everyone thinks the Avengers should do, despite the fact that traditionally after their first issue, they didn't really do it all that much. It wasn't until bad writers started having to rely on calling back to issue 1. Roy Sternman, he wrote about 80 issues of Avengers, and he never had them fight Tom Hiddleston. But I suppose he might do something good with it. He's a good writer. I rate this announcement 7 thumbs up.